Hello and welcome to CorpTalk. Today I have with me representatives from ORION. Let's get started with the interview. Could you introduce yourselves and state your ranks and positions?
I'm Aquamarine. I am the leader of Orion.
I'm Nate Stoll. I am one of the directors of Orion.
So, when was the faction founded?
The faction originally was founded on 20th November of 2020, and we just recently renamed to Orion.
What motivated you to create the faction?
Well, when I first joined Starbase, I haven't seen a lot of mercenary focus groups, security focus groups. So I wanted to make one and fill that role and give new members new experience.
And Nate, what motivated you to join this faction?
Well, I was just looking for a faction since I'd recently left my last faction, which I will not name. But I just wanted to look for a fun faction that's professional and very tech focused and try to get the action technologies. That's why I wanted to join.
How many members does your faction have right now, and how many of them have alpha access?
I believe we have 17 members right now, and 5 of them have alpha access.
So, what are your faction's main focuses?
Well, currently, our main focuses are just tech, and right now we're also doing like mercenary works. Companies can hire us to work as soldiers for them. We'll be fighting for them, but later on we will evolve to be an all-round faction, so you can just do whatever big factions do.
Maybe you're in an alliance with a faction and their political opponent wants to hire you. So would you take up that job?
We are a kingdom company, and the definition of a kingdom company is vague, but we have a custom contract with them, and that means we have quite some autonomy from the general kingdom rule. Our decisions are basically common sense. We are doing our job. We are not the initiators, but overall, we just go to the highest bidder. We have some ethics that we follow. We are not
All
filthy
right.
pirates or mercenaries
also-
that you'll find.
We also work like under like a sub faction called Syndicate.
Yeah, so we can get bigger markets.
Does your faction have any notable achievements?
Yeah, we have quite a decently sized fleet right now, and we're working on stuff like Horizon, which is quite a big frigate. When it's finished, will be quite an achievement. It also has our new ROS system, which we're working on, which is almost finished now, which is a first actually proper working radar in this game.
Do you look forward to selling this technology to any potential customers?
We're not sure what we're gonna do with it. It's gonna probably be private because it's still a system that's currently very hard to install. So currently we're keeping it private, but later we'll see what happens with it. It is taking a long time. It's probably gonna be finished in the next, I would say, 2 weeks at most. Then we'll probably try and get more versions, which will be simpler and better, and just keep improving it.
What does life in your faction look for an ordinary member?
We don't mold the members into like one branch. We don't want them to be limited in any sort. For example, if you join combat, we would not in any situation limit you to doing only that. We want to give members freedom and let them express everything that they have accumulated, that they want to say. This is what the faction is for. It's basically for sharing your things. And so other people, other members can judge that, give advice. We want to give people freedom and just freedom of everything. If they want to do combat, we can give them combat. If they want to do ship design during combat or diplomacy during combat, no problem. We don't limit them.
About your radar system, how does it work?
I'll have to sort of. I can share half pretty much. I can't share everything because it's just a bit secret. It's something that a lot of people have tried to make. A lot of them are not as efficient. Pretty much none of them work as good as ours. It's a very good system that we've developed so far. It's just pretty much it looks from the outside like a half traditional radar, and it works very well. We have found some tricks which we didn't think were possible to do, at least. Yeah, a lot of heresy to make it work. If it's finished, we can't sell it commercially right now. Or we can, but it will be like, it wouldn't be efficient because you'll be using a lot of chips on one, on just like on the radars. You'll be using a lot of chips. So first of all, you'll be using 2 radar systems on your whole ship, because like for the perfect X-ray, so you don't miss anything in between. But we're using rangefinders, of course, for the stuff. But yeah, it's a complicated system. But right now we can't sell it because it's too complicated. Where you'll need to put like, we're probably gonna put about 10 chips for the radar system alone.
Yeah, and to add to it, we want to also give customers that will possibly buy the we want to give them the completed version when we complete
Yeah,
it.
and we want one that's properly working. We're also gonna get a proper interface with it, which we don't have yet, but like an actual proper 3D interface, so you can see the coordinates of the enemy, of the detected target, as they probably say, referenced to your ship.
This is still work in progress, so
Very work in progress.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's subject to change.
Can people buy the ships that you design for your fleet?
it matters of what ships we're talking about. If we ever make a commercial ship or a military ship that we want to sell to fellow people, my fighter, as we are in very close relations with Kingdom, I have no problem of giving the blueprint to them for free, since they are friends. For the general market, we also have to take a consideration in other factions wanting to copy or implement the weapon solutions, just general effective ship design solutions to their ships. That an example, there's like a war between faction A and faction B. Faction B would do everything to win the faction A. If it finds out that faction A has better, more effective, overall, more powerful design solutions, it would obviously try to claim them. And that's why we, at the moment, and maybe in the future, we wouldn't sell our best ship design, like ship designs, ship blueprints, but when there will be commercial hauler, maybe commercial transport shuttle made by Orion, no problem.
Yeah, I understand. How can people employ you? Where can they find you?
At the moment, we're preparing for EA, to summarize. We are looking to promote our activity. It's mainly via community ads, Starbase Discord.
They can just come to
Yeah,
our Discord.
well, if they want to.
We have different like diplomats from a lot of different factions there, and if they want to, they can just go into the chats and tell us we would like to purchase this and this, and we'll get it done.
Make a ticket, buy a contract or a contract package, and boom.
If you have anything else you'd like to say to the public, of course,
Yeah,
now is the time.
I want to say something. Yeah. So there has been a lot of controversy about the general mercenary role in Starbase. Some people view them as warmongers. Some people view them as like the initiators on conflicts. But honestly, from my experience and how it really is that we are not the bad people that they should blame for everything. We by no means initiate any conflict. We just are a middleman in delivering the client's request. We provide a service. We do not initiate wars or just. Some people have a lot of controversy about that, but I can say that a mercenary faction can be a very friendly faction. This typical stereotype about that they're like filthy, like mercenaries that you find trying to sell their services at some station, that's none of that. And they can have very strong relations with other factions, like our relations with Kingdom and possibly the Syndicate. And the mercenary factions will always respect the rules of the other factions they're allied to And yeah, some people have a different view on them, but it's not always the true way that you should look on mercenary factions. We're not the bad people.
The link to your
that's it.
Discord will be in the description below for any people who may want to learn more about Orion or maybe use your services. So thank you for the interview.
Yep,
Thanks.
thank you
Yeah,
for
we're
interviewing
always
us.
happy to talk to anyone who's willing to, who wants to join or is just looking for a faction. Having a good time.
And thank you all for listening to this episode of CorpTalk. If you want your faction to get into an interview, please join our Discord server via the link provided in the description below. Thank you, and have a good day.